Hey guys, Trevor Boone from Emerald City Guitars, and my pick of the day is this 1959 original custom color Fiesta Red Stratocaster. We're gonna revisit this guitar after some really cool emails I'm gonna share with you that we just got. We've done this guitar before and gotten into some details. We're gonna have Aaron Hiebert come in and play it today, who's an awesome player. I'm sure you've seen him around. He'll be playing through this Magnetone. But I wanted to revisit this guitar because it is absolutely amazing. I don't know if you guys saw the video. It's the one with all the cool pictures, the record, the whole story, 100% original slab board Fiesta Red Strat. So Carl Burkowski was the owner of this guitar, and his son shot us an email recently giving us some really, really cool background. So I'm just gonna read you this email, exactly what he said to me, and it's so cool. It really kind of concludes this whole guitar and the story. So yeah, here we go. Carl Burkowski was born October 9th, 1943. He spent his years in the town of Woodland outside of Baltimore. His music career began in the 1950s while in middle school, playing with a band called the Spartans. In 1959, he had saved his money and purchased a brand new Fender Stratocaster in custom color Fiesta Red for approximately $300, which is just amazing to think about. That spring, using the stage name Carl Evans and playing rhythm guitar and vocals, his friend Clyde, who played lead guitar, formed the band the Rave-Ons. The name was inspired by the Buddy Holly tune Rave On. The band found a piano/accordion player and a drummer, which enabled them to perform the rockabilly music that was popular in the era. They gained local notoriety by playing at local teen clubs, parties, and gigs with local DJs. That summer, they placed third in a 12-week-long music competition, and word of mouth on the band began to get hot. They secured a month-long spot performing at a local country club. In addition to this, they found a local manager with music experience, and not long after this, they began to incorporate choreography and they started wearing tuxedos. The band continued with a few changes in the lineup, including adding an electric bass player until 1961, when 4 of the 5 original members joined the US Air Force. In early 1961, Carl briefly formed a band called the Centaurs, which performed a few parties in local teen centers, but the group folded after a few months. In late spring, early summer of 1961, Carl Evans, along with a piano player from the Centaurs, found a few local musicians to start having regular jam sessions in their parents' basement. Practices were every Tuesday until 9:30 or 10 p.m. According to his late brother Don, the music was so loud it could be heard up a block away. The neighbors loved the band and the music so much that no one ever minded. In some cases, neighbors even sat outside listening to the music on lawn chairs. In addition to Carl on rhythm guitar and vocals, and the piano player, the band consisted of a lead guitarist, bass player, a drummer, and a saxophone player. After performing at a few parties at the local teen centers, they considered calling themselves the Centuries. Carl's father, Frank Burkowski, suggested an alternate name of the Centuries instead. The name stuck. In addition to naming the band, Frank also became the band's manager, going by the name of Frank B. By 1962, additions and subtractions to the group were made, but the sound had grown, adding alto and tenor sax players, a female vocalist, a trumpet player, and trombone player. By 1963, the Centuries had already established a reputation in the Baltimore area. They backed the R&B group, the Little Hooks and the Kings, for their single Count Your Blessings. Still going strong in 1967, they recorded their only single, Don't Make Me Lie, in Philadelphia. For the record's release, the band was advertised as Brenda and the Centuries. Throughout all the 1960s, the Centuries became one of the Baltimore area's most requested bands. In addition to performing at clubs and parties, they also performed on the radio and local television programs such as The Buddy Dean Show and The Kirby Scott Show. Carl Burkowski retired from the group in 1968. Despite this, the Centuries remained. The band saw many different incarnations and musical changes after he left, continuing to perform in the 70s and 80s, and finally disbanding in 1993. Carl Burkowski passed away unexpectedly on February 15, 2016. Despite being gone, his memory, sense of humor, warmth, and musical legacy remain with everyone that knew him. Whoever owns this guitar next, his friends and family wish them to also keep part of his memory alive. This is absolutely amazing, and I want to thank Carl Burkowski Jr. for sending this awesome information. A really cool little part that he added in a separate email. Carl says, one more side note on it, Smokey Robinson was performing in Baltimore, and the band backing him was MIA. The Centuries ended up backing him instead on the fly. Afterwards, Smokey actually commented to my father that guitar was really cool. Concerned that Smokey may drop it, he allowed him to touch it, but not hold it. you know, we get these guitars and it's so cool to see a vintage guitar in this condition with a little bit of the story in the case, and to have an email like this and be able to communicate with the owner's son, it's just really special. So thank you, Carl, and whoever gets this guitar, I'm sure they will honor your father for the rest of its life. Anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna hand the guitar to Aaron Hiebert, who's gonna demo this guitar through this Magnetone, and let's get to it. There you guys have it, 1959 original custom color Fiesta Red with a lot of cool provenance. Honestly, kind of once in a lifetime guitar and some really cool history that goes along with it. So thank you so much for watching. See you next time.